Good morning, Mattoon family and friends. This is Pastor Wilder as we take this moment to meditate on yesterday's message, which came from the book of Job, chapter 10, verses 1 through 13. I invite us to read all of Job 10 to capture Job's response to what he was going through in his life. And as you watch yesterday's message and meditate on that, keep in mind that there is something we can gain from his story. Again, Job was someone who was deemed upright and honorable, someone who was well off economically, but all that changed in his life. From being a father to 10 children, to becoming fatherless, to living off the land in prosperity, to living on the land in poverty, to be married and have a wife at the same time, distraught with grief, to challenge Job to curse God and die. And even to the point where Job had even challenged the life that he lived because of all that he experienced. He didn't ask to go through what he experienced in his life. But we find that in yesterday's story, the story which you will meditate today and hopefully in days ahead and longer, that he turns his lament or crying out to God into a questioning. He imagines himself putting God, cross-examining God in a trial. And that gave him empowerment that even in his situation, even when his situation did not change, it caused him to reach out to God even more, to seek depth in his relationship with God. And so we're invited to do the same, that no matter what we may face in life, no matter how unfair life is, let us remember that even as Job questions God, it gives us something to live for. Job no longer desired death because he had cursed the day he was born. Now that because he questions God, it gives him a chance to find purpose in his life. So as you revisit yesterday's message, keep in mind these questions. Where in our lives do we need God's help? How do you handle life when challenges do not change? And what do you do to care for yourself while caring for other people and community? We must remember that our faith in God is not just our private individual relationships with God. There's also a connection to how we relationship with God in community with one another. So I invite us to contemplate on these questions, yesterday's message, and as you move forward to this day, let us remember that we too can seek depth and meaning in our lives beyond where we are. Because remember that trials are temporary, and yet our relationship with God and the decisions we make to stay connected to God today will matter to us tomorrow and forever. This is Pastor Wilder signing off. Thank you for our Monday morning meditation minute. Thank you for your prayers. Thank you for your presence and your participation, whether you're in person or online. And if you've been impacted by these meditation minutes, please leave us a message under these moments so that we can be encouraged to carry out the vision that God has given to us, and pray with us as our mission becomes clear and how we are to serve our community. Thank you, and God bless you.